It says we're live on the YouTubes.
Yes, it still says we're setting it up.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
All right, now it is set up. Hey, it actually has
on the YouTubes.
Yes. Yes, it still says we're setting it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Step it. All right. And now that it's live on YouTube, it actually has all of the names on it. So that's cool. All right. So, hello, YouTube. We are back for another game of Humblewood. Last time on Humblewood, our adventurers were able to meet with the member of the speakers, Speaker Conrad, and then joined for dinner after running into two new members of the group, Galen being one, Galen.
Either. I don't mind.
And another friend who unfortunately is not with us yet, might be joining us later on, our wonderful polar bear Anar. So, you guys met with Conrad and Speaker Avery, I believe it was, for dinner, where they have asked if you would be willing to go to the bandit fortress and try and work something out the best way you know how, whether that means talking to or attempting to talk to Benno. You've also learned that the majority of the council itself isn't necessarily pushing for diplomacy here, as it has been a long cycle and they're just fucking done, basically. So you guys are actually currently walking out of the mansion when Conrad is actually going to, as walking you guys out the door, will say, one moment. And then he steps back into the building and pulls out a letter that he hands to Zinzi's and says, this was delivered for you, I believe.
Me?
It is addressed to you, Zinzi's. Yes.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
Make an
Intelligence check?
Yeah.
Fucking 4. Plus 1 is 5. I'm a dumb squirrel.
It's handwriting.
It's handwriting.
Its existence has thrown you off a little bit. The fact that we randomly have mail here in the Alderheart.
Who the fuck knows I'm here in the Alderheart?
And then he bids you guys good night, and you are free to do whatever.
I just fucking turn the letter over like 5 fucking times in my hand. I don't know who this is from.
It's still in the envelope. It's up to you what you want to do with it.
Dagger.
You open it?
Yeah.
All right. I have just sent to you a Word doc, and that is the letter. It's on your Facebook.
What? Sarah's written me stuff? I'm reading it.
Well, I, for one, had a lovely evening. I don't know about the rest of you.
I suppose it was all right.
These people can cook, if nothing else.
Yes, the food was very nice.
I believe I will retire early tonight. If I may bid you good evening.
Good night, Gwen. I'll see you tomorrow. Suppose.
Tear starts rolling down Zinzi's cheek as she's reading the letter.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And she quickly folds the letter up and pockets it.
Inside check.
An insight check, and Zinzi's, I guess, roll a persuasion or deception, whichever
Fucking
one.
deception check.
I will join in on
Just whatever you feel is appropriate.
Oh,
18.
fuck you.
She's lying through her fucking teeth.
Or I rolled in that one.
Girl's just like, yep, she's good.
Yeah, she's whatever. I don't know. It wasn't gonna say anything anyway. Like, that's cool.
Aelin will do a little bit of prestidigitation and just clean up her cheek.
What did you do to me?
I cleaned up the damp fur.
Thank you, I guess.
So Zinzi's, without getting into too much, what emotions is he picking up off of you at the moment?
It's both tears of happiness that she just expressed, but also somber. It's a mix. From what she read from the letter, he can get a sense that she didn't read anything bad, but still, she's got some emotions going.
Okie dokie.
Fucking little ADHD squirrel.
After Galen cleans up her cheek, he will just say, "There's no need to tell us. However, when you're ready to tell us, we have open ears. I know you don't know me that that well, as we only just met today.
Yeah, I don't know you at all.
Yes, absolutely.
Red, like, belly laughs.
There's nothing to discuss. It's just a letter from home, that's it.
Red will stand up and pat Zinzi's on the head, just very sweetly. Just say, "We're here for you. If you ever need anything."
I'm serious, guys. It's nothing bad.
I know, it's fine. Just saying, we're going to be here. As for me, I'm going to go to bed. She's gonna turn and sleep.
Yeah, probably best get some rest now. I think I'm gonna turn into. And then Ziz will head to her room in the inn.
Okay.
Um,
Galen, you've never been to this inn before. So you and Einar are both standing in the lobby, kind of looking around like,
is there anyone either at the bar? Was there like a clerk desk?
There is, actually. Right at the bar, you see a rather large, not large compared to your giant friend next to you, but a decent size servant with giant antlers that point back. He's got quite a few points on his antlers, and you see sitting at the bar, joking around with some of the patrons that are at the bar while cleaning up a mug.
Excuse me, kind sir.
Yeah, can I help you?
I am staying with the illustrious group. I am sure that you've seen them come about, and I just realized I don't have a room, so I would like to check in, as it were.
Oh, well, certainly. That's no problem at all. Sure.
I'm not sure if you have a room that can accompany my large friend here. But something tells me he doesn't mind where he sleeps as long as it's somewhat comfortable.
Yeah, it might be tight, but I think we can accommodate someone of your size. You said you're with that group over there.
Yes.
Make a persuasion check real quick.
I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. That's better. That's 22.
Yeah, he kind of looks you over and then looks Anar over and goes, well, I've agreed to comp their rooms for the next 2 weeks due to circumstances. So sure. And he goes back and brings out 2 more keys and hands them to you and holds out the one key to Anar and goes, it's the biggest I've got, I'm sorry, and hands over that key. And you guys now have rooms upstairs on the floor. He tells you your room number, and you guys are welcome to go to your rooms for the night.
Okay. Once Galen goes up into his room, he is going to take out his wand and just very gently outlines a silhouette of another Corvum, of a more feminine likeness. Keeps it there for a couple of minutes, brushes it away, and goes to sleep.
Okay. Anything else anyone would like to do before going to bed for the night and starting anew in the morning?
Before Zenzi's goes to bed, she just reads over the letter again until she falls asleep.
Okay.
Curled up in her little bed nest that she's made.
Anybody else? All right. You guys have a nice restful sleep. Wake up the next morning and the day is yours. For whatever you'd like to do.
Red goes downstairs for breakfast and gets herself a big old cup of ale.
Zenzi's will head downstairs and join Red, and same as usual, order a big old
Stack of pancakes.
She's a tiny squirrel, but she got it. She goes light on the syrup this time.
Oh, okay.
Light on the
I
syrup
love
this
Zenzi's
time because
so
her
much.
fur is still slightly stained, kind of tan from the syrup. You remember she's got white fur.
I love her so much. Oh my god.
She's got a fucking mustache stain now. You got a goatee going on.
Maple goatee.
Yep.
Red just sits down and sees Zenzi's. Good morning.
Morning.
How'd you sleep?
Slept well. You?
Slept like a baby. Not well.
That doesn't make sense. Usually babies sleep well.
The expression says that you sleep well, but have you ever slept next to a child? They cry all through the night. They don't sleep. It's awful.
1 second. Checking my notes. Remember my own fucking siblings' names and how many I have. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I have 5 siblings, so I know what it's like to sleep next to kids.
And there you go.
They've always been quiet, though.
Oh, good for you.
Except Paisley. She was a little noisy. Again, I'm younger than her, so that makes me wonder if I was noisy.
Sure, you're fine. Those pancakes look good.
These are really good. And she takes a big old bite.
I'm
Really good.
Don't talk with your mouth full. You could choke.
Sorry. You sound like my older brother.
At some point through the day, Galen comes down, and before he sits down, he kind of, does that rustling of feathers that birds do when they wake up.
Phil.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Big old fucking bite pancakes again.
Her red is just like downing her ale.
I say, Red, isn't it a little bit early to start on those substances?
Breakfast
What was
is
it?
normal.
No. What time is it?
I mean, the sun's up.
You gather it's about 8:39 in the morning.
Fucking.
No. I started late.
Hey, you're kind of slacking.
Me.
Well,
Just pointing it out.
Galen will order. Galen will also order pancakes because he looked over and saw that they looked fucking delicious.
And they do. And they are.
As well as a cup of herbal tea. And he'll just sit there, he'll sit there mostly silent because he doesn't know what to say amongst these new people. And every time he sips his tea, he kind of just glances his eyes.
Red will order her normal breakfast of like breakfast potatoes and eggs and bacon and sausage and all that good stuff. And she'll just like glance over at Galen and just go, "You're right."
Life on the road, dear, is it's not as glamorous as people make it out to be, unfortunately. And I have had to learn pretty damn quickly to keep my wits about me. So you could say I'm always alert.
Zenzi's just kind of
Paranoid.
at that.
What did you say, Red?
Paranoid.
Zenzi laughs at that.
Cautious is what I would use. But I understand the confusion.
Nearly off your rocker.
My dear, you do not know the meaning
Yep.
of your rocker. I have seen it.
Don't know. Please.
What's that,
Alice is
Zenzi?
calling.
cool. Just needs to be. By the time Gerald comes down and fiddling with a medallion, kind of keeps tucked away, looking at the group. He'll order his usual steak and eggs, and probably have an ale as well. Not starting the day off right.
Okay.
Well, this looks awkward and uncomfortable. I shall join. You two aren't giving Galen too hard of a time, I hope.
So what was that?
Yeah. Gerald comes down, fiddling with his medallion, some weird crest on it, fiddling. He'll come down and see everyone at the table and order his steak and eggs, and he'll look to the two ladies at the table. You two aren't giving him too hard of a time, I hope.
No.
So far, no, actually.
Both do a second.
Well, the day is young. I'm sure there was many instances where they have opportunities to give me a little bit of jip, as we say.
Yeah, Nate, I think you're a little too far away from your microphone.
Probably. Let me get my chair.
Yeah, we only catch bits and pieces of what you say.
C'est better.
Yes.
Much better.
See. Jesus Christ.
All of the messages.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Anyone know how to get a smoke detector to stop chirping? There should be a...
Reset button?
Battery. And if it's hardwired into the house, it means that the wiring is off.
Thanks.
Gotta find out which one it is. Oh no.
Oh,
Hit it with-
jeez.
Hit it with a stick.
I've been there.
No.
So Gerald, you come downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. We'll say that Einar also comes down the stairs at some point and orders a shit ton of food because he's huge. But it's just sitting quietly amongst you guys at the table. I don't want to roleplay him too much because he's still a brand new character and I do not know enough about his mannerisms.
Zenzi feels mildly challenged at the amount of food that he orders.
Are you challenging me?
Because at this point, Zenzi has ordered the most food out of the group. And she's the tiniest. Aggressively eats her pancakes.
She does.
Yes, she does.
While there's scaling on the other end of the table, literally just knife and fork, just taking the smallest of bites.
Oh. Gerald not being very. He's just shoving, sticking it.
Zenzi will look at Galen. You don't have to conserve your food.
I'm not conserving. I pride myself on good table manners, as it was seared into my brain at a young age.
Zenzi just blinks at him as a little bit of syrup.
Yes, well, that was actually part of my regiment. Eat food as fast as possible, so I'm trying to not do that.
I dare say, good table manners are always welcome. Hello, dears.
Hi,
Morning,
Gwen.
Gwen.
Sorry I went to bed so early last night. That dress was just a little pinch too tight, and, well, you know I need my beauty sleep.
Of course.
Let me go grab breakfast, and I'll join you.
Absolutely. I highly recommend the mint and herbal tea. It is delightful.
I think I will try that. That sounds lovely. Thank you. I'll have the honey pecan porridge, please, with a dash of cream. Some blueberries, if you have them.
Oh, Galen's gonna like Gwen.
You are easily able to procure your meals and join your friends at the table.
Ooh.
Well, Chairman, maybe the smoke detector has been fixed? Maybe not.
No clue.
I've been watching a lot of Schitt's Creek lately, tangent here, and I kind of want to do Gwen as Moira one day.
They made it stop, but she needs to change the battery now.
Please.
I have removed its heart, but now I must replace
Must do a transplant.
it.
I always use a sledgehammer on my. my fire alarm devices.
Ours were going off earlier today as well. There's something about smoke detectors today, although it was because of burgers being cooked in the oven. But it's okay.
I accidentally set mine off when I was burning incense in my room.
Yeah.
I waved an incense stick a little too close. Good to know it works.
No,
I'm
no
surprised
fire.
it has never gone off when I've cooked, though. My apartment has smoked up.
Oh no, every time I cook, there are certain doors that I shut now just because it doesn't matter. I don't burn things. It doesn't matter. Searing a steak or chicken is going to set off my smoke detectors every time.
Mm.
And I don't even have a smoke detector in the kitchen. It's just in the next room over.
Mine's in my bedroom, which is right next to the kitchen, and I'm surprised when I have seared steak on a cast iron, it has not set it off. But one miss little swing with some incense, and I nearly fell off my bed because it scared the shit out of me.
Oh dear.
I eventually need to clean the bottom of my oven because anytime I do cook something, it's not the stuff that I'm cooking burns, it's the stuff underneath, and not only does it hit my eyes and burn, beep.
Oh
As
dear.
someone who works in a kitchen, clean your ovens regularly.
Some even come with a cleaning function where they burn everything to cinders. Makes it much easier.
Safety first.
I am
You don't
so
want to open the window.
I am so glad the ovens at work have a built-in self-cleaning feature. All you have to do is drop in a couple tablets and then it does the work.
Yeah.
Have a
Ours
fun-
is
The smoker, we gotta clean ourselves though.
yeah.
Smokers are bastards.
Yeah, we got to clean that sucker over the summer when we were closed.
Fuck that.
It had not been cleaned in months because it got used daily to smoke for our barbecue station. It was like an inch of grime on it. Yeah.
St. Louis barbecue though.
There's only one thing worse than cleaning a smoker. It's cleaning the deep fat fryers.
Oh my god, I hate cleaning fryers.
They're the worst.
All right, so you guys are able to wrap up eating your breakfast, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
So when are we expected to head out of town?
Up to you. There's no requirement to do so now. You can do so now. Speaker Avery did make a comment that she might have some stuff or some way to help you guys get some supplies if you needed. If you feel like you need to do some shopping beforehand, there's plenty of places nearby that you can go. The day is yours. They haven't given you a time frame for dealing with the bandits yet. Probably because how do you put a time limit on something like that?
It's just to clarify, it's basically like we should head out as soon as we can.
That's kind of the impression that you're given. They've given you a job that they'd like you to complete. Probably sooner the better, but you don't have to do it right away. It's up to you.
Perhaps we should talk to our friend in the prison.
I need to get some ammunition before we head out. And I point to the revolver that I stole from Red's friend.
Oh yes, your new boom boom stick. I'm excited to see you use it.
I'm sorry. Did you say friend in prison?
Alright.
Yes.
Shit, Red just looks straight at Gerald.
Zenzi's her ears flattens and she looks straight at Gerald.
Of course, I mean it in the colloquial sense, in that we are not actually friends, but perhaps nemesis at this point?
That woman tried to kill me.
Yeah,
She almost did kill me.
not very pleasant. However, Gerald might actually be the namesake of friend to this one.
At a time, perhaps.
Do you think she'd give us more information?
I don't know.
Have we gleaned all we can from this one?
Not sure.
I'm not sure she'll outright betray them.
She seems concerned about a family. I'm not entirely sure if they're still alive or...
What she told me, her brother and her husband are gone, but her children are still alive.
Gerald, I'm so sorry, dear. Your voice is a little trembly this morning. It's almost as though you have a frog in your throat. Could you repeat that last bit, dear?
I looked away from the microphone.
Perhaps your microphone has a frog in it.
It might. It just might. I mean, what? Angle. There I go.
Free the bike.
Free the mic.
Read the frog in the mic.
Frog talk.
Her husband and her brother are dead. That much I expected, with her being where she was, doing what she was doing. But I imagine her children are still alive. Likely at the fort, where it's most protected.
Well, perhaps we could use that to our favor. Not in a murdery kind of way.
That's not completely murdery, Gwen.
I'm sorry. There wasn't any caffeine in the tea, I don't believe. It was delicious though.
Terrible tea.
Good suggestion. I'm gonna head to Eliza's and check in with her. Maybe she has something we can use, and I'll make another pot of tea that's a little stronger.
That's fair. I think I'm going to go to the bakery, get a few muffins while I'm at it.
Oh dear, will you please grab some donuts for me? They were quite delicious the other day.
I will.
Can I come with you, Red?
Sure.
Gwen's gonna sort of do the auntie / grandma thing and like slip like some silver into your hand, but like also like hold your hand like, oh thank you, you're so kind, and then head over to Eliza's.
I'd actually like to talk to Conrad. Don't imagine he might be the only one in town who might actually know anything about where I. Not the coalition, before that. Father has told me he took me out of a basket after they attacked. They ran off someone who owns the basket, and I was in the basket. Right now, all they had on me was this medallion. They know something more.
Could be. Galen, have you met Eliza? You're familiar. You've been introduced, correct?
Yeah, you have met Eliza, because that's and Gerald first saw each other and realized who each other were.
If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind the company.
Blew his cover in 3.5 seconds. Motherfucker!
Absolutely, my dear. I won't mind keeping you some company, get some fresh air and all.
Oh yes, it's in quite a lovely neighborhood.
So I've been told, but I will most certainly accompany you. And Galen heads out with Gwendolyn.
Okay.
You can call me Gwen, dear.
So we have Gwen and Galen heading to Eliza's. We have Gerald heading to Conrad's. Zinzi's and Red. Did you guys have any plans?
Going to go to the bakery.
Bakery and Zenzi's needs to get ammo for the revolver. Because they think she only has the 6 shots that are in it currently. Oh, and I do the daily doot doot into the doot doot revolver.
All right.
Actually, I attempt to actually play it this time, so I guess I need to roll a performance check.
The wee hours of the morning, the other half.
15 for performance.
Squirrel plays the blues.
So I'm not
Yeah.
causing people's ears to bleed.
No,
And
you
half
grab
the-
them all. I mean, there's still a couple people who are looking like it's 9 a.m. What are you thinking?
It's not on a saxophone, but I play Careless Whisper.
Yeah, you guys are able to do that. Let's start first with let's start with Zinzi's and Red, actually, just because yours is going to involve a roll. With Zinzi's, we need to roll for a investigation check for me to see if you can find a place that sells ammunition, because that is a rarity here. You would have no idea as to where to even look initially.
I'm probably gonna go to Sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
You're just gonna go straight down to Sprinkle?
I mean, I could still roll an investigation, but like my last resort was I was gonna check in with Sprinkle.
It's up to you. If you were going to try and look around, you can. If you were going to go to Sprinkle, okay. What was your plan? Were you going to try and look around in the
I was
bows?
gonna try and look around before going to Sprinkle.
Try looking around in the bows. You try Blacksmith. You try Eliza's. No one even really knows. Eliza has seen this before because she's not from Everden, the Humblewood. She's from outside of it, so she's seen them rarely, maybe like once or twice. No one really knows what the fuck you have in your hand because you are in the center of the Humblewood. And eventually you give up and head down to the roots. Were you guys going to, before I get too ahead of myself, are you going to go to the bakery first, or are you going to go to Sprinkle first?
Break bakery first.
All right.
Traumatize the mob hawk even more.
Or as I think it was actually Hedge family. I have to look at my notes.
I can't remember if it was mob hawk or hedge, but I traumatized them with my generosity.
Poor child.
I just paid for her fucking college fund.
Really did. Yes. So just for the sake of brevity, what are you looking for there? We can just
well, donuts for Gwen. Red wanted muffins.
I want my macadamia muffins.
I think Zenzi's will also get herself some like colorful sprinkle covered donuts.
You are able to easily procure this stuff for about, so it's 2 dozen donuts and cookies, basically.
Yeah, 2 dozen donuts and a dozen macadamia muffins.
Yeah, you're able to procure that for about 7 silver. It's up
Put down 5 gold.
Yeah.
Zinzi's, I can take care of it,
Yeah, she's definitely. Oh, you're back. Oh my.
Oh my.
I don't pay me that much, I promise. Okay.
I still put down 5 gold. I mean, if Red wants to pay hers, that's fine. I put down 5 gold anyways.
Red will get an extra an extra dozen, say, lemon bars or something.
Okay. Normally I'd say that would be an additional 2 silver, but you guys have paid 5 fucking gold. So
Red just goes, all right, Cinzies, I think that's enough. We've well paid our way in sweets. Okay.
It's to help them pay for bakery supplies. Because we buy so much.
All right.
And she stuffs her face with a colorful sprinkle donut and heads out the door.
Red just turns to the kid, just goes, thank you very much. We'll be out of your fur.
thank you for the business.
She turns around and heads out with Zinzi's and takes a macadamia muffin and just goes, like, peels a little paper off.
Hedges. I found like
Do I see Red do that?
Perception check?
5. Plus 1 is 6. I'm too indulged with my own donuts.
Hold on, let me hold on. Mine would, I guess, be sleight of hand.
I guess.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way.
I'm too enthralled with my donuts to
I
see.
have a +6, so whatever I roll, like there's no way.
I knew I shouldn't have rolled this die when I rolled a natural 20 on the test roll. Now it's rolling like shit. Damn. Okay, now I had to excuse me, sprinkle down at the roots.
all right. You guys head down to the roots. And go into Sprinkles. Are you going straight into the tent, or are you knocking first, or I guess whacking the flaps? I don't know. Because
I just poked my head in. Hello?
you poke your head in, and he's sitting in a chair, sound asleep, and you yell hello, and he goes, "Oh, it's you. What do you want?"
I was
Sorry
wondering.
to wake you.
I was wondering if he sold bullets.
Bullets? Oh yeah, I got those. I got plenty of those. And he goes into one of the many precarious piles in a corner. And instead of throwing things like this time, he just kind of starts like digging haphazardly through it and pulls out a small wooden box about this big. You've actually seen him pull this one out before.
Does it scream when you open it?
You haven't opened it. You don't know. And he kind of gives it like a shake, and you can hear the metal clattering around in there, and goes, "Yeah."
How much?
I actually was in the process of looking up how much bullets usually are in D&D.
Do I see the crest of Whitestone anywhere?
Make a perception check.
7.
Uh,
8.
It is an old box. It is hard to tell. With that roll.
Somewhere in another realm, Percy is screaming.
So he kind of, as you say that, he kind of gives it like another shake. 4 gold.
I pay him 4 gold. I'm only generous to bakery kids.
All right.
Add
He goes over
bullet.
the box as you pay him. He goes, yeah. Anything else?
Would you like a donut? I hand him a sprinkle covered donut. Do I trigger his PTSD?
Kind of looks at it, looks at you, and looks at it and goes, I don't eat pastries. And backs slowly.
Okay. I gobble my pastry.
All right. You want to look around anything else in the shop? Purchase anything else from him? Find any other stores? Anything else?
Anywhere you want to look at, Red?
Mm-mm.
All right. How many bullets did I buy?
The standard box of ammunition, I'm gonna say, is about 50 rounds.
Rounds? Okay. Okay.
All right, we will move over to Gwen and Galen.
Oh dear, you're a wizard.
Yes, I've been a practitioner of the arcane arts for my gods, quite some time now, actually.
Oh, it's good to have a fellow wizard in the group.
I thought I heard you say you were a witch.
Well, I'm a wizard by class, but a hedge witch by practice. Most of what I've learned has been from books and just natural talent.
Well, I hope to see some of your magical prowess one day.
Well, perhaps I specialize in divination, so most of my skills are more in the guiding us in the right direction sector. However, I do have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a moment.
I'd be happy to share my spell book with you, however.
Oh, out of respect of other practitioners, I dared not touch other people's resources. Out of respect, of course.
Well, consider it an open invitation anytime if you see something I cast that you're interested in.
I might take you up on that offer. However, I also will warn you, my array of spells are quite eclectic myself.
We'll be quite the team then. She
I
sort
dare
of like
say so.
socks you in the arm. How tall is Galen?
Hold up.
Because Gwen's not very tall.
Galen is 5'11".
I believe Gwen is like described as short.
So
Yeah.
like most likely, like you do hit the arm, but you hit the lower arm instead of the
Yeah,
leg.
like the forearm.
Yeah.
I've actually been training Ramona a little bit here and there. She's a little talented herself, and I think she has potential.
And Ramona is the
eldest of the urchin children that Eliza has been so kind as to adopt.
Right. Well, I would not mind giving assistance to said arcane inspiration, shall we say?
I never questioned it for a moment.
However, while I will not hand you it, I will allow you to take a gander at this, and Galen will show this shimmering, swirling, intricate wand with a blue gem. I've had this since I was a boy, and it has never failed me.
It is quite a wand. You must be quite a wizard.
I'm sorry, I have to break out for a minute. I love the magical flirting here. It's great.
It's like just built into the voice.
It's so sultry. But again, we'll like he has a specialized holster for it, and he slips that back in, and Gwen, remind me again, what are we going to be going to Eliza's for, if I may ask, just so I know beforehand.
Well, I'm going for tea, but she may have some bits and bobs around that could help us as a vendor. Her wares change daily. And I like to check in on Ramona and the other little ones just to make sure they're doing all right.
I say that is not a bad task at all. I may have a browse of Eliza's wares. You say she has eclectic wares, you say?
Yes, she keeps bits and bobs of all sorts. Potions, equipment, weapons, I believe. I'm not entirely sure what she has today, but she's just set up shop here, so she's still getting the knack on which knickknacks to sell.
Well, that was a sentence and a half.
It was.
I was expecting knick-knack, paddywhack, give a duck a bone.
This hedge is not going down that road. Yes, she has quite some handy wares. However, we have found some success in procuring just the most oddest items from a deranged vendor down in I believe it's the Roots. You may find more success there, as you've noticed, no doubt. Our little squirrel friend has a horn of, how do I put this politely? A blasted horn. That's I'll go with that.
I've heard tell of such contraptions. Very rare, but I hear they're quite devastating.
Yes, the shop owner is a bit on the deranged side. However, if you can successfully communicate, they're usually willing to barter with you.
Well, I'm not quite ready for a deranged vendor yet, so let's stick with Eliza and she will see what she has.
Understandable, dear. Speak of the devil. Here we are.
You arrive at Eliza's shop, and she is currently at the counter with another customer. As soon as you guys come in and kind of waves a bit, and then goes back to working with that customer. You're free to look around the shop. The kids are actually not there at the moment, as it is super early in the morning, and 3 of them go to school.
Yeah. Not seeing Ramona, Gwen's just gonna sort of saunter up the stairs. Galen, dear, would you like some tea with a little more kick to it?
I do not indulge in the stronger substances this early, my dear, but thank you for the offer.
Well, I can give you something with a subtle grace to it. Give me just a few moments to heat some water.
Please don't drug the crow.
I would never.
That was a threat.
um. Galen's having a look around. What wares are visible at the moment?
So this whole space is actually because I've never described it to you. So as you walk in the door, you walk in and it's this round shop that has been carved out of part of one of the branches.
Mm-hmm.
It has a staircase that leads up to what looks like a balcony that runs along the side of it. So it's got a tall roof space, and in there are shelves that are just lined with basic traveler's goods. You see some basic clothing, any of your basic kind of items you can find around the shop. And then behind a counter where Eliza is, you see a couple different books on the wall. And higher up on some shelves, you see there are a few items that have been kind of posted and highlighted. There's also a table that sits off to the side of the room on the left-hand side. It's like a small 2-person little table, and it's actually where you guys had, when you first came into this shop, first saw your new companions.
Okay. So I take it in the balcony there's because Gwen was making tea, there's like a sitting area.
So Gwen actually went up the stairs to make the tea, and then there is a small table to the side that you can go sit on. That's not upstairs, that is downstairs in the shop.
Okay then. In which case
you've seen Gwen sitting at.
In which case, Galen is actually going to patiently wait on the downstairs portion, and simply wait for Eliza to be done with her customer.
Okay. It takes a few minutes, but after a little bit, the customer does leave, and she kind of turns over to you. And at this point, Gwen has probably come back downstairs because that only took about 5-10 minutes. So we'll turn to you and go, well, it's nice to see you again. And Gwen, thank you for stopping by. How can I help you guys today?
It's always good to see you, dear.
Always good to see you too.
Oh, go ahead, dear. Sorry.
Yep. First of all, it is nice to see you again, Eliza. I hear tell that you have wares of all kinds.
Oh, sir.
Ajit.
Do you sell wares for coin?
All right.
Okay.
Certainly. What exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for simple things for travel? Are you looking for some magical items? I've got a couple, not many, as we're still in the process of building up the shop. I've got some spell scrolls. What are you looking for?
I am wondering either if you have some enchanted robes, maybe.
Off the roleplay, is there a particular robe you're looking for?
Mainly something just to either bump my AC just a little bit, or give off a buff, just a with a buffing property.
All right, let me see, because I had not looked at robes when I was picking all of her stuff, but she would in fact have that. So not necessarily armor, but you're looking for robes?
Yep. Because wizards and armor, not exactly a mix.
Okay.
Just don't buy robes at the soup store.
God damn it, Paige.
I
Why
know.
are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Fuck you!
What is that robe, Galen? It's made of soup.
No, just somebody doesn't these. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you! It's voice ever. Fuck you! Fuck you!
So I'm looking on D&D Beyond. I'm not really seeing any robes of AC, but that's rare, which means it's going to be kind of expensive. She does have, I'm not fucking notes on how expensive that's going to be. A ring of protection, which gives you a +1 bonus to AC, but it's considered a rare item.
Mm.
And somewhere in here, I actually wrote down.
She does indeed have wares for coin.
She does. Wonderful cat friend that you have. Yeah, that one spans about 3,000 gold. Because it is extremely rare.
Oh, I see.
She does, however, have a, hold on. Yeah, she has a scroll of protection.
Oh.
But that works against specific types of creatures.
In which case, I will see if she has any.
But okay, so you asked her specifically for protection? When you're talking to her? She does pull out a big, like, tome book and starts flipping through it and says, well, I do have this spell scroll for mage armor, if that's something you're interested in. That might be a little bit better for you if you don't have that spell already.
Let me check actually if I do have that spell, because I can't remember. I do have that spell. However, it would be nice to have handy with to have without expending a spell slot.
I mean, technically, if all you do is activate this scroll instead of putting it into your spell book, that is something you can do. I believe that's how that works.
Well, apologies, my dear. I was looking for something specific in mind, but that not to worry. What are your potion selections?
Oh, certainly. And she kind of goes under the counter and pulls out. She has 3 potions of healing, 2 potions of greater healing, and 1 potion of superior healing. She also brings out a another bottle that she sets on there. It looks like it's empty as it's sitting on the counter there. Where is the rest of my list of her fucking potions? My apologies.
You're all right.
The tabs decided to close on me, so I'm.
Not the tabs.
Huh?
Click on history, then recently closed tabs.
No, this happened a while ago, and I had opened the tab months before then.
Oh dear.
Because I had it set up so I wouldn't forget it, and nothing respawned.
While you're doing that, Galen will take the tea that Gwendolyn has made for him.
Okay.
It is noticeably a different tea than the one that Gwen is drinking and Eliza, and that is because Gwen cast tea time for Gwen and Eliza.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and then the final bottle that she pulls out is full of like this yellow liquid that has these black swirls spinning through it, and it's constantly just kind of spinning in the bottle, even though she's already set it down.
Ooh. Actually, as an arcane practitioner, he would know exactly what that potion is. I'm guessing that's a potion of haste.
It is a potion of speed. Yes.
Okay.
Although I will say, just because you are a practitioner of magic doesn't mean you necessarily know, so you would have to make an Arcana check to know.
Arcana check. Good okay. That is fine by me. That's an 18.
Yeah, you know that this is a potion of speed.
Okay. How much would you say is a potion of healing and that potion of speed that you have, my dear?
Are you looking at the basic healing potions or any of these other ones?
The basic. I do not have that much coin on me, so I think I'm happy with the basic.
All right. For both of these, you just want one regular healing potion?
How much is one? Out of curiosity.
One healing potion's about 50 gold pieces.
Okay, and the potion of speed?
300.
Oh. I do apologize, my dear, but I think I'll take 2 potions of healing. And that will suffice.
All right. And she takes and puts the rest of the potions under the counter and hands you the 2 regular healing potions.
Cool. And that's 100 gold gone. That is fine by me.
Potions are costly.
Yeah, there's a lot of time that goes into them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that is me.
All right.
Okay.
Gwen, you had poured some tea.
I poured the tea and also some tea for Galen as well.
Thank
All
you,
right.
dear.
So who got the tea time tea?
Eliza and I.
Okay.
Means that we now have advantage on wisdom, perception, and intelligence investigation checks, and initiative rolls.
All right. Good to know for Eliza. She does sit with you for a little bit, but ends up going back to work pretty quickly. You do see at one point it does come back briefly, drop off a few things, and then head back out the door. It looks like she's pretty busy helping out around the shop today.
Ramona, when she comes in, Gwen's just going to wave to her and smile and let her go about her day.
She just kind of waves back and goes back to work.
Galen, you'll also notice when you drink your tea, as soon as you grab the cup, like a flower sort of blooms on the surface, and there's an array of just like a luminescent, almost glitter-like effect in the tea, which is different than what Gwen and Eliza are drinking in that they have the leaves are just sort of dancing on the surface.
Okay. So it's just a very luxury blooming tea.
Yes, but also yeah, you can see that Gwen has cast Druidcraft on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, he will enjoy this tea very much, and he will nod to Gwendolyn as he sips.
And it's stimulant free, so you should be all right for you.
Invigorating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else you two wanted to take care of?
I think Gwen is okay for now. Depending on how late in the day it is, she'll probably do tarot readings in the afternoon or evening. But I don't want to stretch the day too far before we get to everybody else.
Okay. All right. Then we are going to jump. Galen, did you have anything?
Not off the top of my mind, no. Galen is literally just along for the ride and seeing what we can get.
All right. Then we will jump over to Gerald, who's heading over to talk to Speaker Conrad.
Yep.
All right. You are greeted at the gate by the guard, but it's easy enough for you to tell them where you're going, and they escort you to his home, as you are in fact not a resident of there, and they will escort you in and out. So you reach Conrad's door, and he answers it and goes, Gerald, I wasn't exactly expecting to see you this morning. Is there something I can... Please come in.
Well, you know a fair bit about me, probably some things that I don't. He'll take out the medallion and get off and show it to him. It is of a sword, it's a shield. The medallion is shaped like a shield with a sword on it and 6 stars. And this is, then on the back, it just has the name written in the avian language of Night Feather. And you'll hand it over to him. When Barnabas found this was all that was left. He never told me much about the attack or who this family is, if it's even my family, which one could assume is true, but he never told me much.
So you show him the medallion. He looks at it quickly and then pulls out a little notebook and writes down a few notes before handing it back to you. Might I ask what exactly you were hoping by showing me this? Are you looking for answers to your family, or?
Something like that. I've never known who they were. I don't even know if they're alive. I don't know if I have siblings. I don't know if I have perhaps any lands that are in my family name that my friends could hide away in if need be. Even if it's just a small cottage in the countryside under my name. At least people can't yell at me for being here. I don't know. But you seem to be the man who could find just about anything, or anyone if they wanted to. Man with many answers and in a proper position to acquire them.
I see. And you're sure you want to know these answers?
It's complicated, but yes. I'd rather know where I came from. I may not be able to go back to it, but I've been wondering for my whole life. When opportunity comes to find the answers, I can't exactly pass them up.
All right then. I will say, off the bat, I'd have to look a little bit more into this particular crest in order to give you answers as to that. I don't recognize it off the top of my head. That's easy enough to learn. I will tell you, though, that there were rumors years back of different families having their eggs stolen. Many of the family's members were killed or left bruised and broken. Some recovered, some did not. From what I've gathered, it sounds like you were one of those eggs. I never did quite figure out why steal young bird folk, but that is in fact what I discovered was happening. It looked like it also had been mostly perpetrated by someone I believe you're quite familiar with.
Bugs.
Strange bardic hedge that fell into the Bandit Coalition years ago.
Strange is one word for that. It's mad.
It
I
was
like this.
Gwendolyn was the villain.
It's my stolen baby. It's my baby, Gerald.
Gwendolyn is the baby
It is my stolen child, Gerald. He's been a very naughty boy.
You weren't supposed to tell them yet, damn it! No.
Hilarious. I'd like to understand that. Yeah. I remember a few others. He didn't keep them with me. Kept us separated. The amount of influence that man has had over the past 20-some years is frightening. It's frightening enough to be around.
We had assumed, for the most part, that most of the young that were stolen did not survive. Your appearance proves otherwise. After looking at your background, it makes sense that you were one of the stolen children. Like I said, sometimes the answers we get are not the ones we want.
You a nickname he gave is a word he's referred to me and a few, I imagine a few others. Called us, he said, "You are not my son, you are my treasure. Stolen loot." I suppose that refers to being stolen egg. Certainly more exciting story than being scooped out of a basket.
Now, like I said, many of the homes were destroyed. Many of the people who lost their young did not survive, but some of them did. If there's any news to be found with, and he kind of motions over towards your emblem, I will find out.
I appreciate it. I do have another small matter. What will happen to Brett?
As of right now, I'm not entirely sure. She's still awaiting any form of trial. I'm assuming she's someone that you knew, based on the conversation I overheard in the cell and your expression now.
Don't get me wrong, something we were close. But I remember her. She had a small shop, as it were, the coins circulating in the town, a fort, as it were. it was as tenacious as she is now, though more running around trying to scold her younger brother and her darling husband, as well as chasing around two little kids that were constantly either attached to her ankles or running around them in circles. It's a complicated thing, being who I was and who I am now. Gavin can certainly account for that.
Most things in life are quite complicated.
She will not be the first friend I have to cross blades with for this. I say the only one I'm actually looking forward to would be Barnabas.
Be careful with that one.
I know that all too well. I could almost say blame my charm on him. Told me that a skilled tongue was more deadly than any blade. He wasn't wrong.
No, he was not.
I wish I could give you further insight into him. Man, it's hard to read. He's ambitious, he's driven, he's ruthless. He's all those things up front. As long as he is an asset to Benna, or vice versa, they would both be a problem.
From whatever
Especially,
I have, he has maintained good graces with Benna, despite having worked with directly for the original leader of the coalition. It's quite a feat.
perhaps she made the same mistake that I did. Learn to trust. Dangerous proposition.
It's worrisome. Just go in with caution, whatever you plan to do.
It's going to be difficult, but with my friends, I think we might be able to limit the bloodshed, as it were. So there are plenty of other things between us and the coalition that will want our heads.
Well, I am certainly putting what little faith I have in anyone into your group, hoping that we can derive some form of resolution to this unfortunate circumstance.
I'll have to work on repairing my relations with my friends. Truth hurts. Surprised, I wasn't actually shot. Though, as you saw, could have been. Death by trumpet. You know, for a bard, that sounds actually apt.
I'm assuming your friend visited the strange red ferret down in the acquire such a item.
It's a weasel!
The weasel. The weasel? I'm not entirely sure. Oh yes, I actually recommended him to her. This lute, after tuning to it, I discovered I can provide a quite devastating spell. And I did not nearly pay what it was worth a fraction of gold, a poster, and free publicity. As I went around to the bars and sang a little jingle for his little shop. I imagine has filled his coffers at least a fair.
I did say he was crazy.
Absolutely mad. No question about it. Well, I don't want to take up much more of your time, but Gwendolyn did point out a potential new avenue you could tempt with Ray. That is her children. Nothing devious, but convincing her to provide us something of substance so that she might see them again. That is all that I wish for her, is to see her children. What comes after that is the result of her actions, but well, you know as well as I do what it is like to grow up without one. It's not a life I would wish upon.
I can look into that line of information, see where it gets us. I appreciate you offering this idea.
Don't want to worry you with my conflictions. I want this bloody war to end. I want people to get what they need. I want the bloody flame driven. After all that is done, I will gladly come before you with shackles on my arms. Just want all this much.
Let's get to that point first, then. See what comes after.
Yes. Well, Councilman, I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for your help.
I will look into that medallion for you, see what I can come up with, and thank you for the information.
Do be safe. He'll
Oh.
with more bow and excuse himself.
Okay. Are you heading back to Eliza's, to the inn? Where are you going?
Or boy, head back to Eliza's.
Okay. All right.
On -1 sessions without angst. Ta-da!
I wasn't super angsty.
Consider the group and then consider the type of people, what type of characters we all go for. Drama. We go
Drama. So far, Zinzi's is my only non-traumatized character, and I'm actually scared for her.
Well, not previously traumatized. She keeps finding new things that are larger than her that want to eat her.
Technically, Red isn't traumatized. She didn't exactly have a traumatizing childhood or anything. She was just tired of her dad's bullshit.
The only
So
one traumatizing encounter Zinzi's had involved a gelatinous cube.
Oh.
And
Gelatinous cube!
gelatinous cube! That's why she hates gelatinous cubes and oozes.
And then she murdered them.
And she murdered them.
Now she has a magic doot gun so she can murder them from a safe distance. Don't you come near me, you gelatinous fuck!
This distance is for your protection.
So Zinzi's and Red, I'm assuming you are also headed to Eliza's?
Yeah, because we gotta bring Gwen her donuts.
Okay. So we'll say, just for the sake of getting through it, you guys are all able to gather at Eliza's Emporium. It's definitely a little bit more busy. You can tell that Eliza has been able to gather at least a little bit more goods that help people in the city, so she's getting a little bit more business. But you guys are able to gather. What would you like to do?
So I was putting my Boy Scout popcorn away. First things first, I am Gwen her donuts.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you. These
In the meantime, I've got colorful patches on my fur from the sprinkles from my donut.
Red will just tell everyone. Also, I got lemon bars in case any of you want some. I just got extra.
Oh, Red, you're such a gem.
Did I hear lemon bars?
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't usually indulge in sweet things, but apart from the pancakes this morning, because I couldn't resist, but why not?
Zinzi
for it.
secretly wonders if Galen's gonna start bouncing off the walls as he starts eating sugar.
Red takes out her macadamia muffins and just goes, "Oh, and if you touch one of these, I'll slit your throat." Freaking shoves one in her mouth.
Zinzi goes to touch one of the muffins.
Zinzi goes to touch one of the muffins.
Yeah.
Red shoots a deathly glare at Zinzi's. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking.
And then she eats her last own donut. And she gives the most innocent smile that she can.
Are you gonna come out of the tower? Okay, Red just goes. He eats her.
Zinzi's tail kind of fluffs up. She's got 5 older siblings. She's chaos. Tell her not to do something, she will do it.
Now,
I think I need to change her alignment to chaotic good now.
now, Zinzi brings up an excellent point with Galen's sugar hype.
Oh no.
Oh, good God.
Oh no.
I'm so happy.
Oh, natural 1! Oh man, he's bouncing off the walls.
Chaotic good.
Oh my, these are delicious. Can I get some more? Oh, Zinzi, what did you get? Oh, I'm not a fan of macadamia, but they look delicious. Oh, Gwendolyn, what did you put in my tea? Can I have some more? And you could see his like hands just physically going.
Red just like puts her hand on his hand.
Oh, my dear, what?
I had a friend.
Down. Take a breath. Do we have any? Please tell me we have water.
Oh, certainly. Yes, absolutely. Sure. Eliza brings over some water. I'll just say, I had a friend in high school who chased a 5-hour energy with a monster, the giant cans, and I'm kind of reminded of that right now.
Oh man,
That just sounds like heart failure.
There was an Overwatch comic in which Tracer chugged like 30 15 rebels, 5-hour energies, and she displaced into time for 3 months. Just everyone's like
Tracer, poof.
she's just like lost her. It was animated and voice acted by the Overwatch Hound channel. I'll see if I can find it. It is so fucking funny.
It sounds like she had the fucking blink spell cast on her.
Yeah.
Now, you know how pigeons and chickens do that thing with the necks, like just constantly going.
Yeah.
That is Galen right now as well. He is just off the fucking wall.
Brett.
Some lavender tea.
I'm sorry, Hannah just sent me a gif and it's fucking apt.
100%. Amazing.
I haven't seen it.
It's the Bart Simpson vibrating.
Aha.
Did you guys want to do anything else while you're here? Are you guys going to just hang out? Are you guys heading out of town? What are you doing next?
Red is going to chill and make sure that Galen is calming the fuck down.
Did he eventually get water?
Yes. Eliza brought over some.
Lavender tea for you.
As he bounces between the tea and the water, he eventually goes, "Oh, my goodness!
And
Good to know. No more lemon bars for you.
I don't usually indulge in sweets, so I do. Oh,
And now we know why.
oh.
All these lemon bars, he doesn't. I love
Oh dear.
Spell I could use.
Zenzi's just watches carefully to see if Galen teeters over from the crash.
It's not like crashing on the floor. He's just holding his head, rubbing his temples. Oh.
Red just like slides next to him with a lemon bar in her hand and just goes. Now, I'm not saying that you should ever have any more, especially after your headache, but do you want another?
Hold.
Oh, she wants to again.
Red, be nice to him, please.
What?
No temptation.
Galen turns to the lemon bar and goes, "No, thank you. No, thank you, dear. I think I've had quite enough."
All right. Igloo yourself.
Nom 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 nom. Gerald is over here. Nom, 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 nom.
Putting this in Galen's flaws. Never give him sugar or lemon.
All right. Gerald, dear, was your talk with Conrad fruitful?
It was enlightening. I passed along your recommendation when, as I filled him in on more details.
All right, well, what were his thoughts?
He's looking into a matter for me concerning my family. I know next to nothing about them. Although he has revealed something rather concerning. The closer look over at Galen, seems Barnabas for some time was in the business of snatching up eggs.
Egg snatchers? Those are the lowest sort of folk.
Apparently me being found in a basket was a bunch of bugs. But I had already assumed that. I don't know if that involves you or not.
Actually, how old is Gerald, by the way?
He's around his mid-20s.
Okay, Galen is definitely not older. He's around 38.
Yeah. So I imagine it was probably one of the things that was kept unbeknownst to most people. I think that was, from what I'm gleaning, it was kind of Barnabas's own thing. It's his own side project.
Actually, a question for the Beastmaster. Would Galen have known, given that he was pretty much in the inner circle of the previous management of the Coalition?
that was happening? That eggs were being stolen?
Hmm.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
I mean, you were part of the inner circle, yes.
But
But
not Barton.
Barnabas was also part of the inner circle and was trusted, quite like you were. There were moments where he was trusted to do his own thing.
So even more secrets kept from Galen. This is great.
That was his modus operandi.
Especially considering that they kept the other thing kind of from you.
It's safe to say.
Along the same lines as something they probably would have kept hidden from you.
Yeah, because Galen was very shut off from anything malicious that the coalition was doing. Okay. So,
Just another reason to knock that bastard's teeth.
You did know that every now and then Barnabas would kind of adopt what he said was a stray that he found and brought under his wing.
Wing.
For a hedge.
For a hedge. For a hedge gets a mighty fine wings.
Galen will turn to Gerald. My good man, I'm so sorry. It appears even more secrets were kept from me.
Oh, that was Barnabas's bread and butter. Secrets, plots, and being a right proper butt.
I believe you described the whole of the coalition, my dear boy.
Aye. And now we're meant to write. I think it's about time we stop running from them.
Well, all I've been doing is running, so this would be an interesting turn of direction.
Likewise.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you see Galen get up and kind of sway. Oh, still tender.
Careful.
Mind your sugar rush.
Oh. Gerald, remind me never to go for sweets ever again.
Habit noted.
When
Hope
do
to
we...
avoid lemons.
Just any form of sweet stuff, please.
More dessert for me.
There you go.
Pardon the expression, Zinsis, but knock yourself out. With a dessert.
I think he means indulge, my dear.
Yeah, Zenzi's just glares at him.
Gerald, do you think we should talk to your friend or not?
I'd rather leave that to Conrad. I doubt she'll talk to me again.
Well, I might pay her a visit just once more. If anyone would like to attend, be my guest.
No, she tried to kill me. I'm good.
I think I'm fine.
I don't believe I can survive any visits of new friends.
All right, dear. Then I'll be back shortly. She's gonna grab the donuts and sort of wrap 3 in like a little like wax paper bundle and like tie it up nice. And then the rest of the donut she's gonna leave behind.
Okay.
And she's gonna go talk to the lady.
All right. So you start heading up to it's up in house, but most specifically called the Council Plaza.
Council Plaza.
Council Plaza.
Through the mountain.
In the tree.
I'm assuming announce where who you are, where you're going, why?
Yep.
Okay. You end up being escorted to the jail that's there. And
By the way, Gwendolyn took a thermos of tea this time.
you get there, and that same guard who did not make you tea is not working there today. So.
Oh.
Take care.
There you go.
So yeah, you're led back and find Frey sitting on her cot, kind of leaning against the wall. Wrists still have shackles on them, and she's just kind of sitting there. She's looking a bit thinner. She's obviously, it's not exactly comfortable where she is, but she's there.
Hello again, dear.
You again. What are you doing here?
Oh, I brought you some sugar, although after recent events, I may not quite hand out sugar as aptly in the future. Excuse me, God, could you open the doors, please?
Yeah, he opens the door and lets you in, and leans against the wall next to the cell.
So Gwen is gonna just immediately like unbundle the donuts. She's gonna take one for herself. Gonna offer one to Frey.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ooh. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
17.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage. I rolled a 15 and a 16.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she'll take it and then just kind of sits it on the mattress next to her and is just staring at you.
Gwen's gonna just sort of like take bits of the donut and sort of munch on it. She's gonna pour a cup of tea for Frey and for herself, and of course she's going to drink just to show Frey that it's not poisoned. Last time I was here, they were less than cooperative when it came to snacks and tea, so I thought I'd bring you a spot.
Is there a reason you're here?
Well, I thought you might like some company for a moment.
Sure. Why not? I have nothing better to do at the moment.
Are your days mostly just chained to this terribly lit room?
Well, sometimes I get to have a wonderful chat. Other than that, basically.
That's very disheartening. She looks at the guard. As though you're some sort of criminal.
I say again, there must be a reason you're actually here. Why do I get the wonders of your company?
Wonders indeed. I just wanted to let you know that we'll be in egress here. Going after some of the bandits, I believe. I was hoping maybe you'd be willing to shed some light on what we might be finding.
Other than a rather well protected fortress and a shit ton of members, what are you expecting me to pass on to you here?
Well, you know what they say. Knowledge is power. We can use every bit that we can get our hands on.
You already have one traitor with you. Surely that's plenty to get you where you need to go.
Believe it or not, our numbers are growing. And if you're cooperative, I could put in a good word with your Corvum jailer, so to speak. Maybe help you get out. See the world again. Maybe people you love.
Are you saying that in a way that you're intending to be enticing or threatening?
It's actually matter of fact in the brilliant way that the British just sort of dangle those carrots out without necessarily being intimidating or
I feel attacked.
it is a very clever way of speaking.
And you fucking forget it.
Now I feel attacked. So I guess for the sake of D&D, maybe Gwen is trying to influence Frey to maybe spill the beans. Any beans? She's definitely not being aggressive about it. It's very like passively persuasive, if not
Okay.
just like, hey, I may be able to help you.
She just is staring you down.
Num 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 num. Dips a little bit of donut into the tea. Sniffles a little bit. Oh my dear. She's gonna look at the guard. And then look back at Frey. There's only so much I can do, my dear. Aside from company and donuts. I think that you both know in your heart and in your head, if you're helpful, you may be able to get out of this. We both know you're not a bad person, so to speak.
Morality is always subjective.
Well, most of the time, yes.
You can sit there and stare at me all you want. It won't do you any good.
Detect thoughts.
Okay. Are you crying or no?
It takes a round to get the surface thoughts first, but yes, I will be prying.
Okay.
And just so you know, Gwen is gonna sort of like reach into a little pouch and pull out a little copper piece and just start like flipping it through her fingers. Because that's how she casts the spell.
Okay.
And actually, before she does that on Frey, she's gonna get the surface thoughts of Frey, then the guard, and then she's gonna pry the guard a little bit before she goes for Frey.
Okay. So she first got Frey's initial thoughts were probably of her kids. There is that little bit of tang when you made that comment. A less than happy response to any sort of insinuation. On the guard, I mean, he seems to be loosely listening, but mostly he's just doing his job. And then you said you're going to delve into their minds.
I want to delve into his thoughts.
Okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 13.
That is 13 on the dice, so he succeeds.
Okay. And then I'll go for her.
Okay. That is a 15 on the dice.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I never roll this fucking well.
No, that's okay. I rolled high for a disadvantaged persuasion check, so. All right. Gwen's going to finish the donut she has. She's going to sort of soften her face a little bit because of the kids that she detected in the surface thoughts. And then she's going to just sort of like, she's going to slowly and gently reach out and touch Frey's shoulders.
Okay. She kind of shrinks back a little bit as you're approaching.
Yeah, just like one shoulder, one hand. And she's going to actually quickly, is Frey wearing any jewelry or anything?
No, everything's been taken of her. She's got basic clothes, but
Anything in her hair or?
nope. No. She's a prisoner in a cell. She doesn't exactly have a lot.
Okay. Any
I
discernible?
did take like all of her stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, Gwen's gonna say, "This may be the last time I see you, dear. I'm sorry our company couldn't be more pleasant, but if we do meet again, I hope it'll be on better terms."
I guess we'll have.
I'm so sorry. The bars of the cage seem to destroy the sound acoustics in this room.
Oh, all she said was, I guess we'll have to see.
She was going to offer another donut to the guard, but instead just leaves the two remaining for Frey. And the tea, the lid for the thermos, or like one of the cups for the thermos, she's just going to leave behind.
Okay.
And then she's going to exit and head back.
Okay.
Theoretically, and this is not actually what I'm going to do, how many people are there between the door to this cage and the exit?
Including prisoners or no?
No, just guards.
It's not exactly a huge jail. There's probably about 4 right now. However, you do know that this jail is in the center of the council plaza, which is pretty heavily patrolled.
Right. Okay. That is all Gwen wanted to know internally.
Okay.
All right. She'll before she leaves, she'll just do like the polite auntie smile, and she'll turn and just sort of like wave, and then return to Eliza's.
Okay. All right, so you returned to Eliza's. Was anyone doing anything while Gwen was away, or?
Probably playing with the twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point they would have all come back from school and actually the twins would have played with you for a little bit before ending up actually doing a little bit of work around the shop, by which I mean they're like dusting and shit. Basic kid chores, not much.
Who's like good.
Zuri's there, but Zuri's also like 3, so she's 4, I think, actually, in human years.
Help take care of Zuri.
Okay. All right. Are you guys going to do any? Gwen, you've arrived back at Eliza's. Are you going to do anything else?
No, Gwen's sort of like heavy-hearted and heading back to the ranch.
Okay. All right. So now you have all gathered at Eliza's. Up to you as to what you'd like to do. We're not going to keep this going on too much longer. Maybe another 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Be late or I should say early for some people. Some person.
Mm-hmm.
Red will probably just be chilling, polishing her rapiers and stuff.
Okay. Is maybe make it a little easier. Is there anything else you guys want to do on this night, or should we skip to the next day, or
I think
you guys are not leaving tonight now?
Gwen's just going to be kind of somber as she thinks about this mother in prison.
Okay. I can't tell if I'm talking.
I'm trying to think of what else Zenzus would do. I have an idea in mind, but I need to actually type it out before I say that I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gwen
So
will
I'll
actually
probably have her do it next session.
Okay. I'm assuming, are you writing a letter back, or?
Yeah.
All right, we can just say that you're writing a letter back, and then you can tell me what the letter is later.
Okay.
Gwen's gonna actually work with Ramona on a cantrip.
Okay.
Called Encode Thoughts.
Okay.
Essentially like the pensieve from Harry Potter, but it only lasts 8 hours. So you like pull a memory out, and then you can manipulate it, and then by manipulate you can like hold it and like carry it and put it in a bottle if you want to, but it only lasts for 8 hours.
Okay.
Which can be handy if she needs to like not think about something for a little bit.
Sounds good. You said encode thoughts?
Yep. And it's
okay. Yeah, it's one of the ones specific to Humblewood.
I think so, yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm also going to compliment her and like make her feel confident in her abilities.
Make another persuasion check just for the hell of it.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Already far away from me. All right, hold on a second. 15.
Okay. She's always a very guarded individual and is still guarded, but she's listening up a little bit.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, Ramona.
Okay. So we can either just end the stream here, pick up on the rest of the stuff tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next session, or we can go into the next day. It's up to you guys. We only got like 15 minutes left.
We pick it up next session.
We can pick it up.
We don't get too much done without Brandon.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. In that case, for anyone who might be watching on YouTube now or at a later date, since I figured out how the fuck to go on live, thank you for joining us. We will not be back next week. We do this every other week. So the following week is when you will see us again. Thank you so much.
Bye.